6 p.m. and I'm calling this special meeting to order of the North Harris County Regional Water Authority. It's Monday, October 27th, 2025. Thank you for being here in person and online. First item is to call for the order and a pledge of allegiance, and Mr. Steve Birkenhoff has agreed to lead some pledges.
Always an honor. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you. Next agenda item is public comments. We've got one blue card filled out, so Mr. Jerry Holman, come on up.
If I may, I would like to make a comment that his remarks as shared by me.
Okay, well, we're gonna fill out a blue card too, so we can write that down, keep track.
Okay, I can do that. I'm going to give you to know that I've shared his remarks.
Okay, thank you.
Good evening, everyone. In Texas, governmental bodies can enter executive sessions for specific confidential matters outlined in the Texas Open Meetings Act, which is Chapter 551 of the Government Code. Before going into closed session, the body must first convene in an open meeting and cite the specific section of the Government Code that authorizes the session. Common reasons for executive sessions: consultation with an attorney. This is to seek legal advice on specific matters such as pending or contemplating litigation, settlement offers, or issues where the attorney's duty conflicts with the Texas Open Meetings Act. Deliberation regarding real property. A governmental body may discuss the purchase, exchange, lease, or value of real property, and an open discussion would negatively impact the negotiation position. Deliberation regarding prospective gifts. This allows for confidential discussions about accepting a gift or donation. Personnel matters. A closed session can be held to deliberate the appointment, employment, evaluation, reassignment, duties, discipline, or dismissal of a specific public officer or employee. A public employee can request that such a deliberation be held in an open meeting. Economic development negotiations. This covers discussions related to offering business incentives to protect a governmental body's bargaining position. Homeland and cybersecurity issues. These exemptions allow for closed meetings on security matters that could jeopardize public safety if discussed openly. Certain contract negotiations. Some government entities may hold a closed meeting to negotiate a contract, as an open discussion could harm the bargaining position. Important rules for executive sessions. No voting or final action. Only deliberation are permitted in a closed session. Any official votes or actions must be taken in open meeting. Certified agenda or recording. A certified agenda or recording of the executive session must be kept unless the meeting involves a consultation with an attorney. These records can be made public only by court order. Proper procedure. The governmental body must meet in an open session before retreating to an executive session. The presiding officer must publicly announce that a closed meeting will be held and identify the specific exception from the government code. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, well, next up is agenda items 3, 4, and 5. We are going to discuss in executive session. Pursuant to section 551.071, to discuss legal matters, including the draft presentation to the Harris-Galveston Subsidence District Board and the status of Houston Waterworks team versus City of Houston litigation, in which the authority is a participating funding partner and represented by outside litigation counsel, and section 551.074 personnel matters, to deliberate successor planning for the general manager and finance director positions. So the board is now going to,
Sorry, we don't have an attorney to record the minutes of the executive session,
we don't have to have an attorney.
so who's gonna be recording? Oh,
Andy, just.
okay, all right.
So it is 6:05 PM and the board is now going to recess into executive session pursuant to this Texas Opens Meetings Act, Texas Government Code. And I just gave you, the two sections we're meeting under.
Excuse me, is this a successive plan, is that considered personnel? Falls under,
We're going to discuss personnel matters in executive session. And
That doesn't say that.
thank you. It is 6 PM. We're moving into executive session. No, I didn't do that.
Well, so successor planning, does that come under personnel review?
Yes, I believe it does.
We're only going to discuss what our attorney says we can discuss.
Section 551.074 is very clearly defined of what matter can be discussed in the closed session, and the succession plan monopoly is covered. So I'll let the attorney make the determination.
Well, there
Okay,
are
can we
three
discuss this
things under
in,
which you propose to go into executive session. One is the presentation to the subscience district. Clearly, that has legal implications and may clearly be discussed in executive session. The Waterworks Houston litigation clearly is litigation and can be discussed. And successor planning, to the extent that it involves, qualifications and succession, I believe that it could be. Now, it cannot include any current personnel issues if you're discussing any individuals. If you're not discussing any individuals, then if they prefer to have it discussed in open session, you'd be required to do so.
it's not what we're discussing.
So why would we need to discuss succession planning in executive session?
To discuss if we want to employ
Well,
a
I'd
successor.
like to get in and see what we're going to discuss, but if it involves not individuals,
It does not involve any current staff. It's just the
then
hiring of staff.
why couldn't we discuss it in an open session?
That's fine. That's fine, so let's go discuss agenda item 3 and 4.
I'm fine with that. That makes sense to me.
I already did like 4 minutes ago. Yes, we're now going at 6:09, going into executive session. We'll be back. Okay, I will. And it is 8:31? Yeah. 8:31. The board is back in session. The board has completed its executive session, held pursuant to Texas Government Code sections 551.01. No final action, decision, or vote was taken in executive session, and the board is now reconvening in open session. And do we have a motion to table or postpone agenda item 5? Because we decided we're not gonna,
I do we postpone to the next meeting, but agenda item 5.
okay. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say no. Okay, motion carries. Next is, agenda item 6, reminder that the next meeting is gonna be Monday, November the 3rd at 6 p.m. And if there's no objection, we're adjourned at 8:32 p.m.